Welcome to Automation's official design competition. In this video you are joining us for the finals of Category A, the 1946 to 1960s people's car. Your hosts Chris and Rob are joined by today's very special guest and judge, Automotiveflux. Andrew is a long-time Automation and BeamNG content creator with a fancy for exploring the extremes of what is possible with the two games. Check out his work with the links in the description below. For those of you who would like to see a more in-depth analysis of the finalist designs, as well as a proper interview with our special guest, join us for our roundtable discussion in our next video. But for now, 10 cars out of the 31 entries have made it through the pre-selection process and into these finals. Let's get into it. Really neat design for knee-deep pothole-laden roads. The two-tone is very tasteful and the simple but solid and consistent design equally so. Nicely made.
A charming little car optioned with suicide doors, two-tone paint, and a very high ride height. A nice sparse use of fixtures make for an aesthetic looking little thing, and I'm pretty sure this fits the category well.
Spare a moment of thought for this poor little car's rear suspension with the horrible overloading going on it. It's very well crafted, and the details of the luggage on the roof make it feel very lived in. Well done.
A thoroughly overburdened mini family car with a nice use of fixtures and a lovely pale yellow color.
I'm not so sure what to make of this futuristic design. It does look like a concept car. A re-envisioning of what a mini sports car could have looked like. To me, it just doesn't quite fit the brief.
A race spec Beetle look-alike with what looks like 1200 cc's of pure power. A odd salmon pink shade, but overall a very fast looking little beast.
Not the prettiest of the contestants, but extremely well put together and interesting in all its abundant detail. Fantastic looking rear and overall appropriate for the brief. Great, unique looking design.
very heavily detailed drop top with a lovely interior and an incredible use of chrome.
Some strange choices aside, this entry is absolutely perfect for a very early in the design brief people's car, with its slightly less than glossy paint and very austere but very carefully crafted exterior.
A very simple design, but with a huge grille up front, a nice maroon looking color, and wheels that are so inset to the body, you could probably add an extra set on the outside and still be within the fenders.
There's almost a touch of sportiness in these shapes, an aggressive looking front and a sleek profile. The design has a fresh look overall, but doesn't continue its intriguing front design on the rear.
A gaping sunroof reveals a very red interior with a blue on red aesthetic. Interesting choice of a defroster in the back, but overall a very nice car.
This is a very austere car overall, exactly what you'd expect to see in a people's car from behind the Iron Curtain, although I think the two-tone paint is maybe a little bit too over the top and a little bit too fancy for a car of this type.
Writing on the license plate indicates Eastern European for this little beast, a lovely kitchen green appliance on white aesthetic with a rear engine and probably the happiest face of any comrade.
A car design from a comic book or action movie of the era. This is a really cool design, but one that I just cannot picture on the road in a real-life setting. Some interesting and impractical design elements.
very militaristic concept looking car, very creative but interesting choice of a side window vent. Wheel covers cover everything, and lights definitely brighten things up.
The details in this car are generally well considered, but looking at the car overall, it's hard to imagine this car being a design from the 1960s. Rather, it feels like it's about a decade too early.
About as basic as it could possibly be, with seats that maybe are a little mismatched and possibly not quite in the right genre, looks to be a little bit newer than some of the competition.
A massive car compared to the others we've seen here. Definitely fits the family and then some. This different approach works pretty well as it is kept simple and to the point. I really like it.
The absolute biggest lad in the entire showcase. This is a land yacht, a bus by people's standards, but very tastefully designed, a nice beige on blue exterior with the lovely blue wheels, just a touch of chrome.
And there we have it. Big congratulations goes to Lemmy K. Brinkwood for the winning design, to their buyer for a close second, and to the car lover for a solid third place. For a more in-depth analysis of today's finalists, as well as an interview with our special guest, join us for our roundtable discussion in the next video. Also, subscribe to the channel and check out the competition playlist to not miss any of the fantastic and questionable designs that we showcase. Let us know what you thought of the featured designs in the comments below, and visit the Automation Game Instagram channel, where you can vote for your favorite finalist in our story.